Okay, let me be honest with you. If everyone knew what I'm about to tell you, the fitness industry would completely collapse. Almost. This is because the fitness industry is centered around two things. One, building muscle, and two, losing fat. Trust me, this stuff is very easy, and after watching this video you'll know exactly how to build muscle and how to lose fat. It's very simple. When I was young, I was very small. I always lost fights. You know, when you were in preschool and you tried to fight. I'm talking about those kinds of fights. I never won in arm wrestling against anyone, even the girls. I was always sick, I ran out of breath easily. So basically my physical condition as a child did not enable me to do the things that other kids could do. At the same time, I really loved superheroes, because, you know, I was a young boy. Young boys love superheroes. And so when I would look at the physiques of Superman, Spider-Man, and especially Batman, I would get mesmerized. I would think, whoa, I mean, their pecs pop out, they have a six-pack, their stomach isn't flat, and their backs are huge, their arms are huge. So from a young age, because of superheroes, I started to admire muscle. Naturally, all I wanted to do as a child was to build muscle because I thought that it would solve my problems from a bullying perspective. So all I did was research how to build muscle when I was at the age where I could do that, which was around 12. I quickly learned a lot. I learned about powerlifting, about bodybuilding, about strongman, the differences, testosterone, supplements, creatine, protein powder. Bodybuilding was the way I even got into nutrition. As my fitness journey rolled on, I started to consume less information because I understood that it wasn't that complex. When you start knowing more about health, you start understanding the body, and if you think about it, fat loss and building muscle are just biological functions. If you understand the biology, then you can manipulate it however you want. Now let me be even more honest with you. There are many people out there who claim that they know the secret to fat loss and building muscle. I'm not saying that I know the secret, I just know that we know how to describe these functions in the body and they're very easy to explain to someone. I'm also making this video because I'm confident in that these things that I'm gonna tell you are entirely correct. Why? Because I've used them to get the body that I always dreamed of as a child. Now, for the moment you've been waiting for. Losing fat is extremely easy. You see, fat is just energy, and when your body doesn't have enough energy from food, it uses the fat that's in your body to fuel itself, because all cells need energy. If you're not eating something, you will start eating yourself. So all you need to do is eat less if you don't want to work out, and if you work out, you can eat more. Working out requires more energy, so therefore your body will take it from fat if you give it a reason to. Now, because I'm talking about fat loss, I think I have to put this out there. Many people have body dysmorphia, which means that you can't observe reality correctly when you're looking at your body. If you're a woman, you should know two things. One, it's better to be around 25 on the BMI scale, and generally the women who handle pregnancies the best, women who have many children, who aren't scared of having children, are generally at a higher body fat percentage. And number two, because of how modeling agencies work, women think that men like skinny women. While this is very far from the truth. We do not like skinny women, and I can give you proof of that. Every man you ask will say that they like ass, right? Well, skinny women don't have any ass, and generally their breasts are smaller, and men like breasts. And I'm sure that most of the guys watching like one or the other, or most likely both. And hey, many of these things apply to men too. Men usually think that they need more muscle than they already have, when in reality they just need a little bit of muscle to be ahead of 90% of all men out there. Muscle won't always make you more attractive. There are women who will see you as scary if you have too much muscle. And this applies to both genders. Don't get your sense of self through appearance. Most people think that if they get, the body of a model, that they'll think more highly of themselves, that other people will think more highly of themselves. These things are outside of you, okay? If you want to improve your body, you should do it because, okay, this is something I can do and I choose to do this because I want to do this, because it's nice, because I enjoy it. The more you identify with stuff, the less good your mental health is gonna be. A quick test you can do to see if you're egoically invested in your body is to either imagine yourself getting really fat or to imagine yourself losing all the muscle that you have. And if you do this and you feel like your sense of self has diminished, then you're identified with your body. If you don't, then congratulations. If you work out, if you get fat, if something happens to your body, you know, an accident, a shark bites you, you get hit by a car, hopefully that doesn't happen, but still, then you won't have a bad reaction. Building muscle and losing fat are generally very taxing on your mental health if you do it for the wrong reasons, if you do it to please people or to be above people. And so that's why I'm talking about this, because this channel is all about health, and mental health is a huge part of this stuff. So be warned, don't identify with your body. Building muscle is extremely easy, and I'm going to use astronauts to explain all of this. Because there's no gravity up in space, astronauts lose 1 to 2% of their bone density per month. This is because a certain amount of stress through gravity is needed to maintain bone density. It's the same with muscle tissue. If you place enough stress on it through working out or doing any other activity that stresses your muscle tissue, then that muscle tissue will grow. After you've manually stressed your muscle tissue, you need to supply enough building blocks to repair this muscle. Now, if you want to have the right concepts when it comes to nutrition, I've made several videos that you can check out over here. Long story short, you want stuff that resembles your muscle cells, because to build muscle cells, you need the nutrients that are inside muscle cells. The most obvious food would then be meat, because meat consists of muscle cells if we're talking about muscle meat, which is the meat you're thinking about right now. I mean, you're not thinking about liver cells, are you? If you were thinking about liver, you must be really handsome. Now I understand that the fitness industry takes these biological concepts of building muscle and losing fat, and it creates systems around them, calls them different names, and sells them in a convenient manner. Now, what are the most practical ways of achieving both fat loss and building muscle? The most important thing when it comes to building muscle is consistency. I've been training for 6.5 years, and you've seen my physique on camera now. It's about how much you've broken down and repaired your muscles over a long period of time, because all of this accumulates, and so the only real factor is how much work have you put in total. For fat loss, the problem is usually a lack of understanding when it comes to health, bad habits, and excessive eating. That's it. The more you learn about health, the less likely you are to eat bad things. And remember, bad things are designed for you to eat more of them. McDonald's is a business, not a food. So the best thing you can do from a fat loss perspective is honestly to watch my videos. Watch my videos and you'll know more than 99.99% of people out there when it comes to health. With that said, like the video if you actually liked the video, share it with someone that needs it, and subscribe, because I want you to be a part of the community. Your presence is valued by everyone, including me. Go and achieve excellent health. I know you can do it.